welcome back to Movie Review Mom. And if this is the very first time that you found my channel, yay, I'm so glad you're finally here. I've been waiting for you. And by the way, if you've been watching my channel for a long time, you might be noticing I've got a different background. I'm just experimenting to find the sweet spot for 2022. I've had several people comment that I should change it to a different background setting in the theater. Others have said that I should change it to just pictures of my regular house in the background. So I'm going to have you guys vote. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. I can swap out the colors and everything just to make it fun and keep things interesting, right? So the movie I'm reviewing today is called Licorice Pizza. It's now available on streaming. It's rated R and is 2 hours and 13 minutes long. So in a nutshell, I know I'm really late to this party. I'm trying to catch up on reviewing all of the movies that have been nominated for Academy Awards. Paul Thomas Anderson offers a very quirky coming-of-age movie that captures the mood of nostalgia and growing up in the 1970s. He did the color tinting himself, invited many of his personal friends and family to be in the movie as extras mostly, and based the film on real-life stories that were told to him by people who lived in that time period, especially in Hollywood and Los Angeles. The atmosphere Anderson creates is palpable with fantastic cinematography. He features Hollywood personalities and landmarks that were significant back in the day. Some of them still are, others have long since gone. It has already been nominated for several Oscars, so we will find out in a few short weeks what happens with this movie. Let me give you a list of things that I liked and didn't like. I'll offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, and even some recommendations for some other movies that are sort of similar. So some of the things that I liked include the fact that this is the feature film debut of Alana Haim and Cooper Hoffman. They both did an excellent job in their roles. I love it when new actors get a break, and we will definitely be seeing more of both of them because I thought that they were so outstanding. Now, Cooper Hoffman was born into movie royalty. His dad was the late Academy Award winner, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Apparently, Philip Seymour Hoffman and the director, Paul Thomas Anderson, have been great friends for many years. Anderson said he had been directing Cooper Hoffman since he was a young boy, since he used to make home videos with all of his kids and Philip Seymour Hoffman's kids. When he asked Cooper Hoffman if he would be in this movie, Anderson explained that Cooper was very hesitant, which is a good indication of a strong, intelligent young man. By the way, I have a son named Cooper. We thought we made up the name. I mean, I know it's a last name, but we had never heard of anybody whose first name was Cooper. And now it's actually a pretty popular name. And my son is awesome. And all Coopers are awesome. The film proudly boasts 1 Academy Award winner, Sean Penn, and 3 Academy Award nominees, Bradley Cooper, John C. Reilly, and Tom Waits. They all were incredible. Alana Haim's character is played by her real-life family. And before I learned that, I was super impressed with the casting because they all looked like family members. Did you know that Alana and her sisters are in the Grammy-nominated rock band called Haim? I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this name correctly at all. It would have been actually really fun to hear her sing something in this movie, but she doesn't. I adore John Michael Higgins and thought that his scenes were some of the funniest ones in the movie. The list of cameo performers is impressive and also includes Maya Rudolph, Christine Ebersole, Harriet Sampson Harris, Joseph Cross, Mary Elizabeth Ellis, and Skylar Gisondo, just to name a few. There are a lot of really funny and creative one-liners that I think people will be quoting for a long time to come. The clever movie poster features some of the cameo performers and the whimsy of the story. I thought it was really cute and it intrigued me. I instantly wanted to know what's going on with this story. There are a ton of fun facts about the making of this movie. For example, fun fact number 1, Leonardo DiCaprio's father, I should say Academy Award winner Leonardo DiCaprio. His father in real life plays the man in the movie who sells Gary a waterbed. The director's kids also appear in the movie. Fun fact number 2, Bradley Cooper appears in some very entertaining scenes in the movie. And until they actually shot his scenes, Alana and Cooper never even knew he was going to be in the film. He plays John Peters, who produced the movie A Star is Born back in 1976 with Barbra Streisand, and he was Barbra Streisand's boyfriend at the time. Bradley Cooper co-wrote, produced, and starred in the 2018 remake of the movie. I loved that movie, and I adore Bradley Cooper in anything that he's in. Fun fact number 3, pinball machines were actually banned in Los Angeles from 1939 to 1973 because it was declared that they were a form of gambling. Now, I live in Las Vegas currently, where we have the world's largest pinball museum. Technically, it's not really a museum because you actually get to play with the pinball machines, and they're old, as well as a bunch of other nostalgic arcade games, video games, and other kinds of stuff. Fun fact number 4, Paul Thomas Anderson's father used to be the announcer of the Carol Burnett Show. I loved that TV show when I was a little girl. I used to watch it with my sisters and mother. And Carol Burnett used to always sing this little song and then tug on her ear at the very end. We still do that with my mother. She now is living in a memory care facility because she has Alzheimer's. She doesn't know who we are, but as soon as we start singing that song and tugging on our ear, she perks up and she sings along with us. That's how powerful TV, movie, and music can be. Anyway, back to the point. Carol Burnett personally provided clips of the TV show for Anderson to use in this movie. Fun fact number 5, this is the 4th time the director has dedicated his movies to a deceased director whom he admired. This one was directed to Robert Downey Sr. Fun fact number 6, the term licorice pizza is actually slang for a vinyl record. Remember those things? It was the name of a record store chain also in Los Angeles. Based on the title, it would have been really nice if they had done more with the story to relate to records and music. There is some, and you definitely have a 1970s soundtrack, which is really nice. It just would have been fun to have them spend a little bit more time maybe in a record store, whatever. And then last one, fun fact number 7, the original title for the movie was Soggy Bottom, based on the working name of the waterbed company that's featured in the story. I actually had a waterbed when I was a teenager. All right, now, there were some things that I didn't like. First of all, I didn't really like either of the 2 main characters very much. I really wanted to love this movie because I heard it was so funny and awesome. And I just was like, Part of it, I think, was instantly I was turned off. Within the very first 5 minutes, there's like a bunch of F-bombs and these characters are kind of weird. They are endearing. And I say weird because the girl is older than the boy. And I don't know, they just have this relationship where I'm like, okay, they're falling in love with each other. And then all of a sudden they'll take off and start going off with other people. And I'm like, wait a minute, wait, what? Again, it's young love. And what I didn't like about the characters is they're very self-absorbed, rude, disrespectful, and insensitive to one another. That being said, the 2 leading actors I thought were fantastic. Not all of the humor landed for me, and some viewers will actually wonder what the point of the entire movie is, often wanders in a seemingly aimless way. And so you have to remember this is more about the journey than the destination for sure. Now, let me give you some tips for parents. The movie is rated R. There's profanity, including F-bombs and crude language. There are conversations about intimate relations and private body parts. You see girls in bikinis and lots of skin, and then there's kissing. So, but not much more than that. So that's good. The themes that are illustrated well in the movie are friendship and complicated relationships, romance, of course, life's purpose and how to figure that out, politics, an entrepreneurial spirit, love, and Hollywood. So my overall movie review mom grade is a B+. I think there are definitely a lot of people who are really going to kick out of this movie. When it played in theaters, you could hear people laughing, and it might play in some theaters still, in which case I would encourage you to watch it so that you can hear the humor that you might be missing. Like when the audience starts to laugh and you're like, oh, I didn't even catch that as a funny line. Like I said, not all the humor landed for me. But right now it's basically playing online. You can get on Amazon. And by the way, I've got a coupon for you down below for a free 30-day trial if you've never tried Amazon Prime. It's awesome. Now, before I go, let me give you a couple of recommendations that I thought were similar and instantly came to my mind as I watched this one. The first one is American Graffiti. Now, that one's more of 1950s, but it's that same kind of meandering story of characters and that coming of age type of telling of the story. And then another one that's sort of similar is Fast Times at Ridgemont High, as you're kind of exploring these personalities and watching these teens grow up. All right, that's it for my review. I hope if you watch this movie that you do enjoy it. And thank you so much for always supporting my channel. Thanks for subscribing. And if you haven't yet, why haven't you? Hit the doggone subscribe button. I really appreciate that. Have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.